Imagine the hum of reactors deep beneath a Soviet nuclear plant. Machines whispering secrets humans were never meant to control. In one instant, hubris becomes horror. A surge of energy erupts, flames, radiation, and an invisible killer spreading faster than fear itself. Welcome to Chernobyl, where genius without humility detonated into catastrophe. Before we dive, hit subscribe because what you're about to witness will change how you see human arrogance forever. Warning 10: When genius becomes reckless. April 26, 1986. Reactor 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Pripyat was not just another machine, it was a testament to human ambition. The operators were skilled, the engineers brilliant, but brilliance was married to recklessness. In a series of flawed experiments, the team disabled multiple safety systems. Every protocol ignored, every warning disregarded, they believed their intelligence placed them above consequences. The reactor's design flaws, known to only a few, were treated like mere trivia by men intoxicated with confidence. The reactor exploded with the force of 400 Hiroshima bombs, releasing radioactive clouds that drifted across Europe. Thousands of lives were obliterated, cities evacuated, landscapes scarred, all because some men thought they could tame the atom with ego alone. Modern parallel. Today, AI developers often ignore safety protocols, ethical guardrails in the race for supremacy. Intelligence without humility remains lethal, whether in a reactor or a neural network. Warning 9: The mirage of control. The operators believed that because they had studied the reactor, they could control chaos. They ignored the red alarms flashing on the control panels. They laughed at simulations predicting disaster. Human history is littered with this hubris. From engineers to generals, the illusion of control is intoxicating. In Chernobyl, it wasn't a malfunction that killed, it was the deliberate overriding of fail-safes. Radiation doesn't negotiate. It doesn't care if you are brilliant or confident. Within seconds, a lethal invisible force spread into the air, searing lungs and twisting DNA. Modern parallel. In AI, the mirage of control is similar. Developers may believe they understand complex algorithms or predictive models, but complexity always hides blind spots. One unchecked decision can have catastrophic ripple effects. Think automated weapons, unchecked AI surveillance, or deepfakes spiraling beyond control. Warning 8: Pride that blinded vision. The Chernobyl engineers were not evil, they were human, but their pride blinded them. They ignored engineers' warnings, bypassed multiple fail-safes, and trusted their own judgment above decades of nuclear safety science. This arrogance wasn't theoretical. It manifested as real-time decisions, disabling cooling pumps, reducing core flow, and overclocking the reactor. Every act amplified the danger, and yet, in their minds, they were gods controlling fire. The disaster could have been prevented if humility had guided intelligence. Modern parallel. Arrogance in AI is similar, believing intelligence alone can replace ethics. As AI models grow exponentially, some think they can predict or control societal impacts. History warns otherwise. When humans ignore limits, tragedy is inevitable. Warning 7. The domino of denial. After the explosion, the first response wasn't courage or clarity, it was denial. Leaders downplayed radiation exposure. Workers were sent in without proper protective gear. This domino of denial multiplied the human toll. Hundreds of first responders, believing in their immunity or following orders blindly, were fatally exposed. Modern parallel. Today's tech arrogance mirrors this pattern. Mistakes are often ignored or minimized until they spiral out of control. Social media algorithms, biased AI predictions, and autonomous systems can all go unchecked when leaders refuse to admit potential hazards. Warning 6. Invisible killers are the deadliest. Radiation doesn't announce itself. It slips silently through walls, air, and human tissue. This invisibility magnifies the arrogance of those who believe they can manipulate dangerous forces. Chernobyl teaches that not seeing the danger doesn't mean it isn't there. Pride, paired with invisibility, is a perfect storm. The men in control could not sense the lethal waves until it was too late. Modern parallel. In AI, invisible dangers lurk in algorithmic bias, predictive errors, or AI models influencing millions without accountability. Ignorance or overconfidence in unseen consequences can be as deadly as nuclear fallout. Warning 5. Decisions that ignited death. In the control room, the operators made a fateful choice: to continue the experiment despite critical instability. Every alarm, every simulation predicting meltdown, was ignored. They were not negligent, they were arrogantly confident. The reactor's core temperature skyrocketed. Steam exploded violently. The floor trembled. Within seconds, the world changed. Firefighters arrived, unaware that the invisible enemy radiation would kill them slowly, painfully, and invisibly. Modern parallel. AI developers often face similar moments, cutting ethical corners, rushing deployment, or ignoring warning signals. Every decision can amplify systemic risk. One miscalculation in autonomous systems, predictive policing, or generative AI could ripple out like a radioactive cloud, affecting millions before anyone even notices. Warning 4. Human flesh meets invisible fire. Chernobyl's explosion didn't just damage a building, it burned the future of thousands. First responders, firefighters, and plant workers were exposed to lethal radiation doses. Skin blistered, bones crumbled, organs failed. Many died within hours, others suffered for years, their fates sealed by hubris and ignorance. It's easy to blame technology, but the real tragedy was human arrogance. Men with access to unparalleled knowledge ignored the immutable laws of nature, thinking intellect could override physics itself. Modern parallel. Invisible hazards in AI like algorithmic bias or flawed data models can harm society silently, eroding trust, fairness, and safety. Pride blinds judgment. Whether you're controlling a nuclear reactor or a self-learning machine. Warning 3. Lies multiply catastrophe. After the disaster, the Soviet system denied and covered up the extent of radiation. Thousands were exposed unknowingly. People returned to irradiated zones. Crops, water, and air were poisoned. Arrogance, compounded by secrecy, magnified human suffering. Ignorance became a weapon. Those in power believed they could control both the narrative and the fallout, but nature doesn't negotiate. Modern parallel. Tech leaders sometimes downplay AI risks, believing in PR spin or regulatory delays. But hiding mistakes only magnifies eventual consequences. AI systems, like radiation, don't forgive arrogance or denial. Warning: to hubris is a slow poison. Radiation is slow, invisible, deadly. Many Chernobyl victims survived the initial blast only to succumb later. Cancer rates, birth defects, and genetic mutations haunted generations. This is a lesson in psychological and systemic hubris. The dangers of pride often take years to manifest. Ignoring subtle signs today can devastate tomorrow. Modern parallel. AI mistakes may not be immediately obvious. A biased algorithm or an unchecked autonomous system can quietly reshape society, inequity, and safety before anyone realizes the scope. Hubris delays accountability. Hubris kills. Warning: one, intelligence without humility is lethal. The final, inescapable truth of Chernobyl: knowledge without humility is a weapon. Brilliant minds, driven by ego, ignored centuries of precaution, risking millions. The reactor didn't care about human pride, only the laws of physics. From the charred control rooms to the irradiated forests of Pripyat, the disaster stands as a stark warning: no human intelligence can override reality without consequence. Modern parallel. AI is humanity's newest reactor. The same pride that doomed Chernobyl scientists can guide engineers, corporations, and governments to disasters unseen. Intelligence without humility will always be lethal, whether measured in sieverts or societal collapse. Chernobyl wasn't an accident. It was a mirror reflecting human arrogance. Today, as AI and technology advance faster than our moral compass, we must ask ourselves: are we taming the fire, or are we dancing with it? Subscribe now, share this story, and never underestimate the cost of overconfidence. Because the next great disaster might not be visible, it might be in code, algorithms, and human pride waiting silently for a moment of recklessness.